What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the After Work Anime Club podcast, where the three of us talk about whatever anime it is we have chosen for the week. We watch 4 episodes, and then we talk about it. Right now, though, we are doing a sound check to make sure that we can be heard.
Well, you can be heard. I need to wait for it to catch up to see if I can be heard.
Uh,
Da 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 da.
bada 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 bada
Yep.
bada.
There we go. Twitch sounds good.
Sounds are there.
Yay!
YouTube sounds good. Yeah.
Good work.
Alright, guys,
We
just in
did it.
case anybody doesn't know who we are at this point, because I'm pretending we have lots and lots and lots of viewers today, I am Lulu's Soul. I'm really big on character development. That's like my thing, and when I'm not paying attention to character development, I am drawing stuff. What a do.
I am Yami Brooke. This is a new format.
Every
I
week.
like pretty eyes and making me swoon.
Ooh, alright.
Hi, I'm Salvatore Shark. I am the knower of things. I prefer more action sequences.
Oh, you know, I want to change mine. Okay, I like pretty eyes and breaking my heart. Like, because that seems like a thing that I really like in anime. Yeah, just emotions. I like emotions. Yeah, there we go.
I can agree with that, partially.
Yeah.
Bot. There's a
Bot?
Kill
There's a
bot.
bot? Where's the bot? I don't see a
We
bot.
have a bot.
Ban the bots.
Where?
Uh,
YouTube.
See it.
is it on YouTube? It's a YouTube. YouTube has bots. YouTube.
I don't see anything.
YouTube. How could? Okay, I don't actually
I
know how to ban
reported
the
it.
bot.
Because I had it set to top chat instead of live chat.
Oh
Your
God, this
site
is
with
a.
hot girls.
Oh, how
no
do ban?
thanks.
Okay.
You're the mod,
Block
so
user. But that
there you go.
just blocks. What the heckles? What was that? That
It's
was Full
gone.
Metal Alchemist. It's gone.
Yep.
It's gone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was
That was
exciting.
interesting. We're important
Anyway.
enough to have bots.
Thanks. I hate it.
I mean, that is a weird sign.
Also, I guess I need to make us a new starting soon screen because we are no longer in Spoopy Town.
I mean,
That's
Spoopy Town is in your
true.
heart.
It
That's
is.
true. That's true. Yes, it is.
But the big question
Spoopy
is
time. Can be anytime.
today's anime in our heart?
No,
No.
Oh,
it failed the vibe
No.
check.
it did?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Look, I'm
Yeah.
vibing with how this character feels about this game,
No.
but that's it.
He is a very understandable character.
Yes.
However,
I hate everything else.
I don't like this.
Well, I'm going to be in the outskirts. So, today's anime is Full Dive. I chose it because apparently I like hating myself. No, I chose it because I watched episode 1 and it was intriguing. It is now
Intriguing, yes. Enjoyable, no.
if you're a newer viewer of anime, you are familiar with the world isekai. And isekai have been around forever, but before they were popular, the thing was actually kids playing video games and swapping between the video game world and the real world. And it's been a while, I feel like, since we've had a good one of those.
There's
Um,
a couple.
and
I can't
Redive is,
name any.
huh?
There's a couple, but I can't name any off the top of my head.
Right? They're pretty forgettable. Unfortunately, this one will probably also be pretty forgettable, but after watching episode 1,
I liked MMO, Recovery of an MMO Addict. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well-
that was an adult.
Yeah.
and that was really
A lot
good.
more wholesome.
A lot
I
more
liked it a
wholesome.
lot. Yeah. Yeah. So
this-
wholesome.
This anime, though, is about a high school boy who something super duper traumatizing happened to him in his first year of high school, and he pretty much decided to become a recluse. And he also
But
really
he's
got
like,
into video games, which are not actually the same thing, but this anime does seem to think it might be.
I have a lot of strong feelings on that.
And then one day, while trying to get his latest video game, he gets tricked into buying one that is 10 years old and very, 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 very hyper realistic. Apparently, I thought you were kind of liking it, Hatter or Salvo.
Look, I like some of the ideas and concepts, but the overall message is very hard to just vibe with. And I know it's not the actual overall message, but it's how it's been presented so far. Very few of the characters are likable.
Very
The
few.
situation that the main character is very understandable. I can
But-
understand why you thought I wouldn't like him.
Oh no, I don't like him.
Okay. It's not that I do or don't like him. I understand the choices he's making and the decisions he's going through. I would have made some different ones.
I'm kind of the same way. Like if I remember that this is a high school kid, it's like, okay, I understand, but there's some life lessons you need to learn. Not like what's been happening to him, because this kid goes through some stuff. Very similar to actually to Shield Hero in a lot of ways.
Yeah, but Shield Hero was so much better. I enjoyed Shield Hero.
Well, that's because the negative aspects of Shield Hero only lasted for an episode, and then things got better, and then they would tease you with the negative again, but then things would get better again.
I have a lot of strong feelings about Shield Hero, but we won't go into those here. I've expressed them to Lulu in the past.
So, do those strong feelings mean I should never choose Shield Hero?
If you choose Shield Hero, I will be a lot more vocal about my strong feelings.
I'm okay with you being vocal. Are you gonna, like...
I will watch it. I watched this.
I mean, yes.
I watched 3 episodes of freaking Strongest Crest.
That was awful.
That's more than I got through.
It wasn't even that it was awful, it was just boring.
It was
It's really
boring.
boring.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very,
The only reason
very
it's
boring.
even, like, not forgettable is because it was, like, my first choice for this.
Yeah.
Like, I think in regards to Full Dive, which, by the way, I keep wanting to call Redive because it kind of reminds me of like both Sword Art Online but also Ray Zero at the same time.
I liked ReZero a whole lot more than this.
God, I'm sorry.
Look, it's not my favorite. I'm like, it's not my favorite, and it's not.
You can find
But
us
I
on
like it.
PS5, but you have no access to comments. Huh.
Yeah,
Mm,
well, it's kinda hard to comment on PS5 YouTube.
yeah.
Well, console YouTube.
Like with this specific anime, I think in my case, I am waiting for it to get better.
And that's, perfectly
So then,
understandable.
Like right now, the character has to learn a little bit more about the world before he can start properly utilizing the world. And we've got a main character who is semi-bullied, not hard, but is semi-bullied, has friends, kind of, but has a
Yeah, but we
lot
don't
of
know their name.
relationships in his life that have become broken. And I want to see him start repairing those relationships.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I think for me, I'm willing to give this anime at least another episode or two, mind you, mainly because it has a dub version. If it did not, I would probably not continue it at all.
Oh, I like the dub version.
Yeah, there's a dub. The sub is better, but there is a dub.
Okay.
Um,
I would be with you on that, except
You hate
we're
everyone?
we're 4 episodes in. There's not a single character I like. There should be something for me to be grabbing onto by now.
Yeah. All the adults are terrible.
Yeah.
yeah.
The one friend that I mean, he seems encouraging, hey, you really need to do something about those bullies. Hey, I mean, I really like you to come back to track, but I mean, it's okay if you don't want to. Hey, can you talk to me?
Yeah.
Like, I don't hate him.
I
No.
mean, I kind of hate him.
Oh,
Well,
well.
so there's a core theme that they kind of repeatedly say in the first 4 episodes,
Uh-huh.
and I know it's not going to be the actual theme, or there's going to be some twist on it later, I hope. But it's that because you play video games and you don't do anything else, you're a loser.
And see, I definitely understand what it looks like Full Dive took a nosedive. I don't think it did. I think this is a slow burn anime, and I believe we're still setting up the world, is what I think is
Where are
going
we
on here.
seeing these? Hold on. Where are we seeing these comments?
YouTube.
YouTube.
I don't see them.
Are you in live chat or top chat?
I'm in live chat.
Okay, well, I'm seeing them fine.
Why can't I see the comments? I'm
Um,
sad. Let me refresh.
I mean, then you're
Okay.
definitely not going to see them.
Now I can see them.
Yay!
I had to refresh for some reason.
That's weird.
Um,
Sorry.
but we've got like PS Live Chat. Oof.
Oof.
Wait, I forgot where it was.
But yeah, like I understand that they're going to do some play on this, or in some way that this will get him to better himself. But like, the people who play video games are not. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. You just treat him like he's worthless, and I hate it. Specifically because he's a gamer.
But
I
see,
think it's
I don't think they're treating him the way they're treating him because he's a gamer.
I think the execution is bad. I think what's supposed to come across is that he ran away from everything else and is only gaming now.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
I got. He had
I think it was poorly executed, and I just don't like anybody.
like he didn't just like he wasn't just on the track team. He was being scouted. Like this is a kid that like his life was going to be track. Something bad happened and he threw all of it away. Like you can see
Under
it in episode I want to say it's 3
4.
with his is it 4 with his sister?
Yeah, everything happens in episode 4.
Okay. In episode
All our
4
backstory stuff, at least.
where his sister actively like she gets angry at him because he is saying that he's going to quit the game and he's like but you wanted me to throw it away and she's like yeah because I wanted you to go back to the thing that I know you love
Yeah, like she wasn't actually mad about him playing games. She was mad because he's not doing anything else, and now he's even gonna quit the game. It's
and
like,
she's
what are you
also
doing?
like probably 13 years old and doesn't know how to handle the fact that her older
Yeah,
brother has done a complete personality shift
yeah,
and,
she's going through stuff. I
uh
still don't like her. I'm sorry.
see, I once asked a buddy why he wasn't playing games with us anymore, and he said, I have a life and don't have time for games. Now, I remember that. That was infuriating.
Oof.
That's
Yeah,
not how that works.
like I get it.
I
I
I
don't
under
have time to do as much anime watching and games as I used to. But
uh, I feel like I'm in the minority here because that's basically all I do.
yeah, but you have a work from home job.
Well, it's not
Like
even
you're
that.
able.
Like, this is what I do for enjoyment.
Mhm. Yeah,
But okay,
yeah,
counterpoint.
and
So
mhm,
counterpoint here. Salvo, you also go out and do tabletop gaming.
mhm,
Well, one of those is from my home, but yes.
But yeah,
mhm.
that's like this kid, like
Oh, no, I
he,
have,
You
like,
are
relationships
interacting
that
with
I
people.
cultivate.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
have relationships I cultivate, I interact with people, and, I do things.
yeah, and you're working, you're being productive, blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah blah blahs. Yeah, like you have a balance.
yeah.
Um, I have a little bit of less of a balance lately.
Well, you've got a lot
But
going on.
yeah, but um, but I mean, I yeah, I work. I I play more. I played more of the one game lately. And I watch anime when I'm watching it with you guys or keeping up with something with my partner or my daughter.
Mhm.
Um and
Yeah,
so that's my balance right now. Um and that's important is to have a balance. And whatever that balance is for any particular person, that's for them. To completely blow things off as, "Oh, I have a life now." I don't have time for that kind of stuff, like, at all, period. Because I have a life now. It's kinda douchey.
Sagasa
Yeah.
says, I work to pay for my hobbies and my hobby is gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
But
like
yeah,
I am curious about I want to know more about the world that they're in. I also kind of want to see I want to see this kid grow.
Mhm.
And I'm willing to give it another shot or two because there's got to be something here more than let's bash on gamers, right?
yeah. That's not true. There
That
doesn't
from
have to be anything more than that.
for an anime where your target audience is likely gamers.
No, no. Trust me. I certainly hope there is, but there doesn't have to be.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I take it, just throwing this out here, if this anime is continuing, if I'm continuing it, I'm doing it alone. You guys have no interest.
Nope.
Uh,
If,
maybe.
as I have said with other things, if I had more time,
I
to not have to ration it for things that I enjoy more, then I might. As I don't. No.
see.
If
I
you
have.
came back to me and told me, "Hey, no, it gets a lot better," then I'll come back to it. But if you don't, nah,
Okay.
no.
It's like I know for me personally, I will probably be continuing this like tonight.
Okay.
That's fair.
I don't know if it's going to be a full vibe check for me. But it's definitely going to be. I want to watch more
Another episode
episodes.
or two.
I want to give this kid the chance to grow.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's gonna have to if he wants to succeed at anything in this game.
And boy, howdy, this kid
I
has.
I really
I need
feel
the
like
adult woman to grow some as well.
Yeah,
I
I want
really
to know what's going on with her. Like, I have my suspicions that she like something's going on with her. I don't think she has. I don't think she can play the game.
yeah, because like I brought this up to Lulu earlier. She's got the
Mhm.
special fairy support class, but like it's literally incapable of interacting with the world in any kind of
Like
meaningful way.
in a
Like
timeout kind of way, you think?
like
No, like I.
she
Sorry.
can't be perceived by any NPCs.
Well, yeah, I
She
got
can't
that.
interact with monsters. She can't
And
interact
she
with
said
other players.
she can interact to a point. She poked the other one's eye out,
Sure, but like
practically.
the whole point of like a story-driven RPG is
Mhm.
to immerse yourself in the story, and she can't. She
She
cannot be
said
perceived.
she said that it had something to do with her working in the shop.
Right.
That she basically
Yeah,
gets to
but
be support.
do
Like
you really
But
expect her to be truthful?
no.
I feel like
Um
she's something is going like she's the daughter of the game's creator, or she's the creator itself, or like something
mm,
is going on with this chick. And
something, sure. I don't know if it's that.
and she is way too invested in this random dude off the street playing the game.
I'll
Mhm.
tell you what, I don't care. So I'm gonna go find out
Oh,
because I
oh.
Okay. But no, she makes me uncomfortable. She makes me uncomfortable in how manipulative she is and how laser focused on this game she is, like to an unhealthy degree. Um as someone who can get laser focused on things to an unhealthy degree, I recognize it.
Oh, that's so stupid.
What? What? Oh no.
Oh
I mean, don't
no.
tell us what it is, of course,
Oh, I'm
but
not gonna tell you, but
I mean, you can message me
it's a
because I don't care.
backstory.
Oh
You can
no.
message me, and I don't care if
Is
Lulu wants to
this
be messaged too.
is
I
this the yes, this is the game. This is what we watched episode 1 of
Yeah, the
on
life
Thanksgiving.
of the game is worse than real life. Yeah. Um,
And
I'm gonna
apparently
say
I'm the only one enjoying it.
it's listen. There are parts of it I find really entertaining, but this is absolutely one of those situations where I don't like. I might watch this more, but it's going into my backlog, and we all know I'm never finishing my backlog.
What is in your backlog right now?
A lot of shit. Most of the anime we've watched. Most things that did not successfully pass the vibe check, they're in the backlog of, yeah, I'll probably watch the rest of that sometime.
There's
Uh, I just need you to know that there's a comment on the wiki that someone said that they would put her at number one of the worst anime waifus.
really.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
anyways, I will actually not be revealing this information.
I will
Okay.
say one thing. It is kind of nice to see an anime character with assets
Mm-hmm.
that like isn't just clueless of the fact that they exist.
Oh, she's very aware. She knows what she's doing.
I will also say that and this is something that we brought up, like, yes, she is manipulating him. She is manipulating him with her big boobies.
Mhm.
But if you have not learned, like, if this kid can really be all that manipulated by the idea of spending time with someone with boobs. Like,
Okay, but we talked about this. I mean, yes, I see your point there. But then she also just straight up like, "Oh, hey, I'll sell you the game. I'll sell you it for 10,000 cheap. That's 10,000 even." Then just hands him a completely different game than what he asked for.
yeah, again, yeah, that
Yeah,
absolutely.
that
But
that that,
everything,
that there was no excuse for that. But I mean, what you're saying, okay, sure. Yes. All right.
Look,
He should be able to say no to boobs.
uh,
But
my big thing, at
eh,
least in the first 4 episodes, is there are no likable characters. Like, I
I was
understand
mhm,
why some of them are the way they are. Like, the childhood best friend, I understand why she's become a yandere.
mhm.
But, like, that was a literal unfortunate accident. But, like, there are no likable characters. Everybody's a douchebag or horribly depressed.
or both.
Yeah.
I will say that like this is going back onto the trope of uh oops fell into oops my I didn't mean to cheat on her, I tripped. Um or like the old tropes back in the 2000s and stuff of someone, if he's being manipulated by boobs, you mean over half the living population. I see that's too close for me. That's way too close for me to but what was she wearing?
Moving on.
But no, like it's kind of the same thing, isn't it? Like it's the assumption that he isn't in control of himself, but he
Mhm.
is.
No, he's absolutely making decisions. They're
He is.
stupid decisions,
Tho
but he is
those
making those decisions.
those decisions are being coerced and manipulated, but he is making those decisions, yes, absolutely. But then she straight up just cheats him as well
Wait,
with
but
the game.
yeah, but she cheats him before she boobs him.
Yeah. Like, I mean, yes, yes, yes. And I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm also saying I just don't like her. I just don't like her at
Yes.
all.
Yeah,
Like,
that's valid.
okay, all right, she manipulated this way. She manipulated him this way. He has the option to say no with those other things, but he didn't have the option to say no with that one. Like she's got a no return policy. I mean, I don't know what you want from me. I can't stand her.
Just as a note, he probably would have actually won that legal battle, but that involves getting into a legal battle.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost
Yeah.
him way more
Like
than $70.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So is there anything about the world that you guys did like?
I like the idea of the world.
Yeah, same.
I wouldn't want to play in that world.
No.
That game is horrifying.
Yeah.
You do it wrong.
Okay,
It's very easy to make a mistake.
he sits in jail with no one there and he's not allowed to log out. But then he's allowed to log out after after the torture scene with the NPCs right there. Like I don't understand the rules of this world and I don't I don't like it. I mean, yes, intriguing, but also I would never play this.
I think I would play it, but I'm coming from the point of view of someone who would have fucking gone apple picking. Because you can go apple picking. Um,
Okay, yes. But what if you accidentally knocked someone off of their ladder and then you end up sitting in jail for an hour where you can't log out?
how many times do you accidentally knock? How many times have you accidentally knocked someone off of a ladder?
Look, I don't want to get into people's deck stats
Um,
right now.
For that
well,
matter, how many times have you decided that it is a great idea to shove someone who is eating an apple with a knife?
To be
I mean,
fair,
I would
main
never eat
character's
an
eyes
apple
were
with a
actually
knife.
closed. His eyes were closed during that.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't make it better.
No, it doesn't. But it was a literal accident.
See, you've
Like,
seen people
all I'm
drop entire
saying,
groups of people to chase a girl. He's in control, but he's being led. Like, I didn't say he wasn't making stupid decisions, just that they were his.
yeah, Yeah, no, absolutely. All I'm saying is that if there's a chance for me in a fully immersive game where I cannot move, um, to be trapped and not able to log out for an extended period of time for any reason, that's terrifying. No.
Yeah,
That's
there's also
fair.
a lot of like mental health
Yeah.
stuff there of like claustrophobia,
Yeah.
things like
Yeah.
that.
I didn't
Like
like the not being able to lock out parts.
I don't have a problem with small spaces. I have a problem with being trapped. And
That's
that
fair.
that thought terrifies me.
The big thing about all of this is really that main character really missed the most important word in the description of the game.
Fully immersive.
Realistic.
Realistic.
It was a very important word.
Uh-huh.
So
And
here's
But he also had an angel lady welcome him as a hero and tell him to leave the city to go fight the demon lord.
yeah,
And then
and instead of
immediately get told, "No!"
yeah, and instead of going, maybe that means something, he went, all right, well, I'm just gonna go do it. Then he got his ass kicked.
Yeah?
um so there was something that I found really interesting, and I'm surprised, like,
Mhm.
I'm surprised they didn't do more with it, and I kind of wish they had.
Okay.
Mhm.
um he ate the apple,
Okay.
and so that means this is a world where they have created the illusion of taste buds. So you
Mhm.
could easily, like, imagine what that could do for the underprivileged societies. Like, if you could
Mhm.
just get supplements, but you could eat. I mean, mind you, you'd have to also be able to
Yeah, like
afford the extreme.
being a diabetic. Imagine being a diabetic and eating all this stuff that you have to eat to survive and avoiding everything that you have to avoid to survive, but then being able to go into this world and enjoy a chocolate covered lava cake.
Hey, how
No,
much was
that's
that?
amazing.
I mean, for
How
the
much was
record,
that console again? It
diabetics
was like
can just can
95,000
be.
yen? It was like
Uh
95,000 or 70,000?
it was like 90,000 yen on the cheap side.
Uh,
Yeah. She
let's
was talking
do it.
about selling it for 150,000.
That's $646.
Yep.
That's actually a lot less expensive than I
Considering
thought
what
it would
that
have been.
Yeah, right. Considering everything that chair does, I would expect it to be more.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
It makes sense now why
Also,
a teenager had one.
I
Mhm.
want to bring up like for a world that has the technology to do full dive video games,
Uh-huh.
it should be a lot more advanced.
Well, remember, like it said
All we've
in
seen Sorry.
they said in episode 1 that they killed that technology because nobody wanted
Well, I'm not even talking about like for
it.
video games. Like having that technology to literally project the full five senses into someone's mind. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
We're not seeing it anywhere in the
Yeah.
world. Any kind of like really like idea of like what that world would be like. It's just, hey, we
Mhm.
put this incredible piece of technology which doesn't involve any kind of like visor or any kind of like usual like hookup for the full dive stuff. It's just, hey, lean back
Noticed
in your chair.
that. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that. There's nothing restricting you. It's literally just the chair. It makes me wonder how it works. Are we talking about like electromagnetism or like I would like to know how it works.
Yeah, I have a lot of science
Yeah,
questions.
exactly. Going off of that, we're not talking about Sword Art Online, but
Oh boy, here we go.
But if we
one of the
were,
things one of the things I did like about Sword Art Online, before I stopped watching after it got to the
yes.
Gun Gale stuff, because that's how far I got. I got into Gun Gale and then I fell off. But the arc where we follow Asuna and she meets
Works with
the
gravity.
female Kirito. um, um,
That
uh,
was
hmm?
Gun Gale, wasn't it?
Yeah, Yami said
That
that
was
she got to Gun Gale, and that's where she started falling off.
well.
But I'm not talking about Gun Gale. I'm talking about the girl who had the same first name as Asuna's last name, Yuki.
I'll be honest. I watched season 1 and
Okay.
it was season 2. I watched the
So
first 24 episodes and I
in
hated
this
it.
I got you. Okay. So in this arc, Asuna meets a player character who um shows up at Alfheim. It's Alfheim is the fairy one, right?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. The one that they are currently hanging out in. And she's like, hey, yeah, everyone tried to beat me and nobody can beat her. Um, and blah 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 blahs. Anyway, it's because she lives in all these games. Because it's all these different connected games now. And she just lives in them. Because her real body is really sick. And her whole friend group is all just people who are sick and they can't actually experience the real world. And so they live in these games. And uh spoilers for anyone who has not seen that. Uh she dies.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And like the for me, when I was watching that, I remember finishing it. I remember finishing it on my break at work.
A bold choice.
And I know, right? Yeah. And I cried. I don't cry often, but I cried on that because it reminded me of a person that I played with in the MMO I used to play in that doesn't exist anymore. But that they were sick, they had cancer, and one day they just stopped logging in, and I never had any closure with that. But it reminded
I
me of that.
I had the friend I originally started playing MMOs with.
Mhm.
Uh, got sick and he died. And
Mhm.
like I was there for the whole time because he was a local friend, but like I
Mm.
have seen many times of last logged in 400 days ago.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
they're okay.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm I'm pretty I'm yeah, I'm pretty sure about that one. He lived in Brazil, I think.
Mhm.
Um, Another one that she was online every single day. She was the leader of our clan. She was always there, and then just all of a sudden she wasn't.
Yep.
So I don't know what happened with her. She lived in Germany. Germany, I'm pretty sure. Um, I'll never know what happened with that. But so that reminded me of that. But no, the reason I bring it up was because what you were talking about with using that technology and in Sword Art Online they had thought about that.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of great things about Sword Art Online, but I liked that one because
From what I
isn't that
understand,
so amazing
from what
to
I
just
understand,
mhm.
sorry, Sword Art is actually a lot better once you get to the gun parts. But I don't want to go to the gun parts because I've watched 24 episodes and I fucking hated it.
Mhm.
So
And
what you're
people
Like
work
saying,
for it.
what I'm hearing, is you were willing to slug through 24 episodes of Sword Art Online, but you won't give me an episode 5?
Yeah, because I have a choice. I can bail out.
oh my.
Yeah, the book was no, the book isn't gone. The book came back. Someone returned it. It's not checked out anymore,
Mm.
Falcon.
They took my void book from me.
yeah. Hey Falcon. But no,
If
like
I
yeah, I got through that first thing of Gun Gale with what's her name? I don't remember her name, the blue hair girl. Um
Sukasa, thank you for that.
Still not hearing anything
um
that Dot Hack didn't Log Horizon at least evolve the world
I
in a creative way.
I love Log Horizon. I
also loved
loved
Lock
that anime.
Horizon.
Log Horizon was
Really
really
good.
good.
Um
Got completely
I
overshadowed by freaking Sword Art.
for real. Um Lock Horizon was really good. Um I didn't finish it. Like I
Season
finished
3
what was
was last
out.
year.
I will
I think
say
that's what hmm?
Log Horizon season 1 was really good.
Yeah,
It's
I finished that. I finished Log Horizon Season 1. Did we finish Season 2? I don't remember.
Log Horizon Season 2 wanted me to do math, and I am not here for it to this day.
it was doing the math for you.
But it wanted me to understand what it was doing, and that meant me doing math.
The thing I really liked about Log Horizon, and this is technically relevant because it's involving MMOs,
Mhm.
but the thing that I really liked about it is that it showed the world changing and growing and people reacting to it and getting involved.
Mhm.
They weren't just passive, they were actively participating in the world and trying to shape it. I really
Yeah.
liked that. For Tsukasa, I actually have never really gotten into dot hack. I've always meant to, and I've just never gotten around to it. I know you're a big fan.
I watched Dot Hack Sign. That was the one that I watched. Dot Hack Sign and Dot Hack Legend of the Twilight. I saw like a couple of episodes maybe of Roots, I think. But Sign and Legend of the Twilight were the ones that I watched. I never played any of the games just
Mhm.
because they weren't available to me.
Understandable.
But I liked them.
I was gonna say,
I
Yami,
liked those two that I saw.
I think you specifically would really enjoy the Dot Hack game series.
I've heard it's interesting, and I would like to give it a try. If I find it, and yeah,
But technically, that is the isekai genre, and we are not in that genre.
No, Dot. I mean,
Well, dot hack isn't, but Log Horizon is.
Log Horizon is, yeah,
yeah,
but it's still like it is. It is. It is.
Still
I would
very
call it a crossover anime because it is still real world characters exploring video game world.
yeah.
Um, and I'll say I think that is the big thing that we are missing right now from Full Dive is we haven't like we know there is a world. We know the world is
We have
interesting.
seen nothing of it.
Yeah. I I want to know, man. We
Yeah,
know
like
someone has beaten the game. We know that something has happened to keep this old dude, and by old I think he's actually like 45 or something, with gout from logging out
no,
Mhm.
he still
willingly.
logs out.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like
He keeps coming back, and he has no idea why.
he spent
Which
20 something years in prison, real world years.
yeah, I didn't say it made a lot of sense,
Nah, like these people are crazy.
but as someone who has
Also,
played games
oh,
way longer than I should have,
mhm,
yeah, I get it.
Let's see.
mhm,
Sign had what you were all talking about with Subaru, the character with an illness slash
mhm.
disability using the game to live a fulfilling life.
I
Yeah.
loved Subaru. Yes, like I loved her and her everything. Yeah, I really liked Sign. Like
I need to go and just
maybe
watch
I'll do
dot hack.
Sign one day. Maybe
Well,
I'll choose that as my anime. I still haven't
as let's
chosen
say,
one.
Yami, you still have to choose next week's.
I do.
Look, we're stalling for time, and by that I mean it's been 45 minutes. You should probably make a choice.
Oh no.
Not to
Also,
mention the
what
hours earlier.
series would I love, Falcon? Tell me.
Well, we're
uh,
waiting for that.
yes.
Yeah, like I maybe seeing more of this world would be more interesting. Maybe seeing characters that are not just horrible or horrifying.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
That's
Like
a that's a oh, you meant a video game series.
Oh, Fire
that,
Emblem.
that Yami has played.
No, Falcon's making a point.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, so like seeing maybe some characters that are not horrible, that would probably help. But
Yeah.
it's just
Alice.
there's a lot of rough.
Who's Alice? Or are you talking about
Alice is
Alicia?
the yandere.
Alicia? Alicia?
I mean, that's the closest thing, so that's who I assumed that he was talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe seeing some more of the characters would help that aren't just horrible.
Yeah.
Like we've only seen two other players. They're
Mhm.
terrible.
Yeah.
The Riona is manipulative and can't interact with the world. And the only other player character we've met literally sold him out for money.
True. For money to buy more of a drink that doesn't actually inebriate him.
Yep.
Yeah. Dude's also haunted.
Very
Which
haunted.
I feel like is a
Yes.
part of the game being like, hey, you killed this character. They're going to be haunting you for the rest of your life
I mean,
until you
that's
figure it out.
kind of what was insinuated, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But
And
then
But-
you have to ask again, why is he continuing to log in? Why is this person so broken that he continues to log in where he's going to get fake drunk and haunted?
And why was the suggestion when later on, why was the suggestion to take the dead friend that you're hallucinating along with you?
Mostly because I don't think they know how to deal with it.
No, but in the guide, in episode 4.
It's the very helpful guide.
Yeah, the very,
Very
helpful guide
helpful.
that supposedly said nothing, but what he did say was, do not try to fight the best friend chick that's alive, because you can only defeat her with something you would only know as a best friend. And if you've got this guy haunting you, instead of trying to make him go away, take him with you.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Learn to live with it, I guess, is what he's saying.
See, where I have played enough video games to know that you don't ignore key phrases like that. Yes, we have
but
met the
see-
Inquisitor. She showed up in episode 3.
She's
but
scary.
see,
Thanks, I
have
hate
played
her.
enough. I have played enough video games to go, this game was a failure. We're just gonna chalk that off as a loss.
But I think that's I agree, but I also think like that's part of, he has to learn. Look, this is the video game equivalent of, no, you can't stop taking karate because I paid $300 for it, and you need to finish what you started.
Yeah, no, that's kind of the overall motto of the entire show, which is you need to keep going. But it's just I will admit flat out, as a player, if these unfortunate circumstances had happened, it would just be I'm sorry, just the tits are not good enough. This sucks.
Yeah.
Again, I would still say
Little sister material. No.
I
Jesus, Falcon.
don't think you would have ended up in that. I think you'd have gone and
God,
picked
I hope
apples.
not. I really don't think I would have ended up in this situation.
I really wanted him to
Even
go and
if
pick apples.
Even if I hadn't ended up with this situation, which I highly doubt I would have, I still don't see anything about this. Like, I don't see myself enjoying this world. There's too much that can go wrong. And
Yeah. Well,
it's just,
well, so like as an example, I play video games to, escape the fact that sometimes life is really depressing.
yeah.
I like being the hero. I like doing those kinds of things. And
Mhm.
I don't want to go into a game setting where it's like, no, this is just as bad.
I think that's the point of the whole anime, though. Like,
Yeah.
No.
It's
Yeah,
literally
and
called "This video game is worse than real life."
Yeah.
And that's why I'm
And
saying I
that's-
don't think I would enjoy it.
It's one thing to do that for a 4-hour game or something like that. For something that you're going to play short term and be like, yep, that was interesting. That was interesting. Glad I did it. Glad it's over. Not a game that you play day in and day out for years.
You
I
say
don't
that,
understand.
but Dark Souls exists.
Dark Souls is not like this.
Dark Souls is
No.
a video game that has a reputation for being super hard and punishing its players.
Yeah, I've
Okay,
beaten Elden
yes.
Ring.
But it's also
I've-
more interesting. Also, I played for 2 hours and then I said, "Yep, that's it. That's all I promise you guys. That's all you're getting."
I
That's basically
managed
what
like 2
happened with
streams.
Lulu. Yeah. But as somebody who finished Elden Ring and beat the hardest Souls boss that we've ever had,
Ooh.
it is not like this.
It's not like this. It's not like this is at all. I will watch other people play Dark Souls and
I will not.
Elden Ring and stuff. But me play it. No, I'm bad at video games. Okay, all right. I had a video game stop while I was playing on normal because I died so many times, and it asked me, "Do you want us to change to a lighter difficulty, an easier difficulty?" And I'm like, "Yes." Um,
No,
I did.
so here's the thing, and this is just going to be a brief thing about the Souls games. A
Uh-huh.
lot of people talk
I feel
about
like
Souls
more
games
like
that are easy.
this.
I disagree. I think that the Souls games are not made for everyone, and they don't need to be made for everyone.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah,
I'll
Elden
watch other
Souls can
people
make
play.
you feel powerful. This anime sounds like just watching people suffering. So
Absolutely.
far, yeah.
Watching people suffering who aren't even interesting. Like,
Like, I can say that I understand the choices the main character is making. That does not make him likable.
no.
That just means I understand. And also, like, the thing that happened to him was so cringy. I literally just confirmed that's what happened and then
Mhm.
just skipped to it being over.
That's
Mhm.
true. Like his reason for being the way he is not.
It's rough. And it's not even like it's not
Like,
even like really his fault.
no.
Like bad
The way
like an
people
unfortunate
responded was douchey.
Absolutely. All of the adults are terrible. And like, yeah, he
Yeah.
lashed out at his sister. He shouldn't have lashed out at his sister. He
He's
should have gone and
also
apologized.
he should. He's also a kid.
He was a
Those
15-year-old.
adults are not kids.
Yeah,
They're awful.
he was a 15-year-old who just got just horribly embarrassed and ridiculed.
Yeah.
He was in a really bad mental state. He lashed out.
The man didn't read the manual. There wasn't a manual. There's no manual for life, Falcon. There's no manual for life.
And I mean, if there
What
was, would you
what did
trust it?
we promise each other under the whatever tree? It's
That
there's
is
no
driving me
manual.
crazy. How is he supposed to know that?
Look,
Like, tell me the promise we made.
I
There, tell me
I
the
leg-
promise we made.
I legit would have told the best friend character, yes, I have amnesia. Because I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Yes.
I don't know
Or
what's going on. I
make
don't know what I'm supposed to know about this world.
right. Um option 2, make something up and see if the game goes with it.
I do have one interesting theory, and I told this to Lulu earlier, which is that like right as he says that this is too much, I want to quit, something stops it. That guy busts in and
I
goes, "Hey,
noticed
hey, don't do that."
that.
At
Like,
that exact moment, and I think it's the AI saying, "No, no, no."
is that our safe word? I want to quit. Is that our safe word?
Basically, it was what it seems like.
My boy Martin
And
was done dirty. He was my childhood friend. Look, Martin was unstable.
Martin was
Poor
trying to
Martin.
protect him.
He
Not
was.
very well.
Look, Uh, look, there were a
Martin,
lot of things there. He would have made a great party member.
are you
Yeah.
sure? Because, like,
Yeah, he was fucking
dude,
He's the
ripped.
tank. He's
dude
the tank.
man was in fact dumb enough to stab an apple and eat it.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, a lot of people are real
It's
dumb.
not a thing I recommend doing, but
I don't.
yes.
It's not safe. Clearly,
Yeah.
as
Okay.
evidenced by the man dying.
Merps for the
Yeah.
merp goddess, cheese for the cheese throne, and sacrifices for. Ooh, I want some snacks.
Is that Moonshadow?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Hi,
Did you
Moonshadow.
recognize Moonshadow from
Yes.
their greeting?
Yes.
They always
Yes,
come in with merp for the
absolutely.
merp.
So I'd
Sacrifices for the
say
Circle Empress. Yes.
I'd say that it is safe to say don't hate on the guy for his weakness to daggers. I think it's safe to say, as was stated, I guess in the very beginning, thanks, we hate it.
Yeah, look, a lot of people
Yeah.
have weaknesses to piercing damage.
I'm gonna still keep
Your
watching though.
spinal cord.
Yes.
Yami,
I didn't say
I will state
Yes.
that dot hack is not viewable online
Of course it's
legally.
not.
But
that's not
I'm
relevant.
like 60% positive that I have access to it on DVD
Okay.
and
Okay.
We might
or
do that. We might do that in the future.
Just tell me
If you're
which dot hack
prompting
you
me
want to
to
watch,
choose my
and I'll.
anime, I think let's go with something cute.
Yeah.
Let's watch Horimiya.
Yeah, you would.
That is cute.
It is.
Am I the only one who hasn't seen it?
Yep.
Yeah, that figures.
Also, I chose it in the past and we didn't get to watch it because I ended up switching it to something else. I don't remember what.
That's right, you
So,
did. I remember that.
yes. So let's finally watch Horimiya.
Okay. In that case, I've got a buddy of mine that I'm going to contact because I think Horimiya is also a manga.
Okay.
I'm going to see
You
if
gonna
he has
compare it?
read the manga, and if he has, we might have another guest next week.
Ooh, a new guest. Okay.
Let's
Who's the buddy?
see. What?
Vote.
Who's the buddy? Do I
Watch.
know them?
You don't, but you could.
Mm.
What? What does that mean?
60% as a gacha player, you'll take those odds. I vote for just watching all the cutscenes from Kingdom. We could. We could.
Oh my goodness.
That's way too much time.
That's a lot. That's a lot of time.
Also, how much Kingdom Hearts have you played? Because you need a flow
Ooh.
chart to start keeping track
Yeah.
of that.
Mm-hmm. Like, are we starting at Kingdom Hearts? Are we starting at Birth by Sleep? Where are we starting?
Are we starting, in the precursor to all of that?
Like,
Yep.
are we just watching the cutscenes from Kingdom Hearts, or are we watching all the cutscenes of Kingdom Hearts?
We do a quick Google real fast.
So much. Oh my god. She screams Pokemon Violet.
Kingdom Hearts 1 cutscenes is 4.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Also, of course I'm wearing a lot of purple. It's my color.
Look, she's wearing her best life, okay?
Like, look
I
at
don't
my
recommend
beautiful
wearing
purple
life.
heart.
I was gonna say something. I don't
The
remember.
friends.
Yes, to avoid doxing you or just act. He lives in a similar area to you, but I do not think the two of you have ever interacted.
Tell me after we're done.
Oh, that too. But I still don't think you've ever met him.
That's fair.
No, wait, you've heard his voice though.
Thanks. That's super descriptive. I've heard a lot of men's voices.
When I was doing the other podcast that I was part of.
Oh, okay.
Kami-sama.
Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
The resident manga guru. The
Right.
whole reason I gained an interest in My Dress Up Darling.
I wonder if their podcast is still going.
It's not. They got some work schedule shifted, so unfortunately they had to stop it.
That is a mood.
I will say, I think that I can't remember her name. My Dress Up Darling girl's name.
Marin?
Mari?
I think Marin would cosplay white-haired chick from Full Dive.
Maybe the fairy form.
I can see her geeking out about her shows and games in the same way that white-haired chick geeks out about this video game.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Marin's likable.
Yeah. Marian's way more likable.
And that's even without her being a voice, being a VTuber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's a VTuber?
Yeah, Amelie is.
Amelie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great.
Anyways, so hey guys, Full Dive didn't pass the vibe check.
It didn't. I think that's.
Nope.
That's my summary of the last 59 minutes, which is honestly short for us.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
you two pretty much like came out of the gate with why, Lulu? Why would you do this to us?
No, we have certainly watched worse things.
Yes.
Like I said,
This is not horrifying.
This is not an
good.
And see, I disagree. I think it is good. I do think it is. I don't think it is enjoyable. I think it has. I think it will be worth the watch, and that's why I'm continuing. But it's only got another episode or two to redeem itself before I'm like, the overall story isn't worth it.
Yeah, I will agree that I am not enjoying it. That does not make it bad.
Tsukasa vote's not good?
There's a lot of anime on this bookshelf behind me, which I have just not enjoyed.
I'm all alone with no one here beside me.
Yeah, this time, yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I don't have to like good things.
I mean, that's very clear.
And then so
Look. Yeah.
next week will be Horimiya. Yami, do you want to talk a little bit about what that is? What that anime is?
It's cute. It's about a girl who meets a boy, and finds out that he's a lot hotter than she thought he was.
Are you sure you're not just talking about Shikimori?
I mean, it's kind of like Shikimori. No, it's actually nothing like Shikimori. I
Like Shikimori.
I
What?
enjoy Shikimori.
Oh, I just
I mean,
really
I
enjoy-
enjoy Horimiya.
Yeah.
There's a very specific moment in Shikimori, which is the "Who's that hot guy?" And I just think about that a lot.
No, but like in this, like no, she goes to school with this guy, and you know he's got his style at school, but then she sees him outside of school, and she's like, oh wow, you're actually hot.
This is one of the
More
situations
to it than that.
where the nerd that has the glow up is the guy.
Yeah,
That's nice, at least.
yeah, and he's right up my alley. Sorry.
Double.
Shut up.
That won't stop me, and you know it.
Anyway, everybody, I want to say thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. It was a time. Might have even been a good time. I don't know. I gotta go lick my wounds because I chose the bad one this week.
Look, I've had plenty of anime where I've been like, "Hey, I like this," and you guys were like, "Yeah, about that."
No, I'm not actually upset. But yeah, I want to say thank you guys for hanging out with us, for taking a look-see at our podcast. Come on over next week if you have already seen Horimiya, if you plan on watching Horimiya, or if you're not sure if you want to watch it or not and want to have slight spoilers for the first 4 episodes while we do whatever it is we do.
God only
Yeah.
knows. Big
That
move.
being said, prepare for an ending screen, because I made one.
Yay.
Long and thanks for all the fish.
Hashtag sorry.